Howdy, everybody, and welcome to day one of Cheermas, everybody. Hope you're excited, hope you're feeling lively, and welcome to Stranded Deep in Conversation, where we talk about only the most crazy, stupid, just absolutely insane things, such as Christmas. You know, it's day one of Cheermas, so we might as well talk about the other holiday coming up, of course, Christmas. You know, I mean, it's only fair. It's only fair we give it some sort of knowledge, even though it is inferior, but that's okay, because what are you gonna do? So, and today, as you can already tell, we're talking about the Christmas spirit, ladies and gentlemen. But before that, we always gotta start with Stranded Deep in my own fucking head. We're talking about this week in retail. Okay, and I mean, if I'm being honest, not too much crazy stuff happened exactly. I just saw like a fucking cat hand reaching out from under the door, but we're fine. But yeah, a couple things happened though. We did have like a little potluck thing because we all worked on Tuesday, and it was also one of my coworkers' birthdays. Happy birthday to you again. But yeah, we had a little potluck thing, and we made gluten-free mac and cheese. How we make it, which is like with just like tomato soup in it. It's so dang delicious. It's like the best food you could ever eat in your mouth. But yeah, we made it gluten-free because one of our coworkers is gluten-free, and no one was really making anything gluten-free. So I figured, hey, we'll make something for him. And everyone seemed to enjoy it. I gotta say though, one thing I can never believe if someone actually enjoys food because. I just both assume that my tastes are weird and no one's going to enjoy the thing that I like, but also because the way everyone else eats, it's as if they may as well not want to eat anything at all. Because how I eat food is I'm excited to eat the food. It's just delicious. So I'm like scarfing it down, big scoops on my fork and everything. Everyone else is like, oh, let me just get 1, 2 noodles. Oh, no, some fell. I'll come scoop. I'll just have 1 noodle for now. And then they go in for like 3. Three's too many. I'll just knock one of those aside. There we go. That's good. That's a nice forkful. Like, what are you doing? For those of you out there who eat like that, what are you doing? You're probably pretty smart, if I'm being completely honest with you. It sounds like a sane way to eat food, but I'm not going to do that. That's just you're ridiculous. I hope you know that I think you're ridiculous. But yeah, it's just a weird way to eat food, but everyone seemed to enjoy it. My coworker, who's gluten-free, described it as the third best thing in their life, so I feel pretty cool about that. But yeah, in other news, some other crazy stuff happened. Another person collapsed in our store. They're cool. I used to think they're cool. They didn't see. They're probably the least. They probably have the least good trajectory forward. Like, they didn't come back the next day to say anything. So hopefully they're okay. I really hope they are. I'm not going to go too much into it because I don't. Even if they knew, even if you could tell who it was. Even though you can't tell who it is I'm talking about, it's not my business. I'm not going to be spouting it about. I'm just going to say it happened. Maybe eventually, somewhere down the line, I'll feel like talking about it. But for now, lady fell over, and she was feeling lightheaded or something. But I will say, though, the guy she was with seemed way too nonchalant about it. He was all like, oh, yeah, this happens sometimes. Just let it pass. And she's clearly in distress, and he's like, oh, it's fine. We called people anyway, because... duh, we're not fucking crazy. So, hopefully she got the help she needed. Hope she's doing well. I'm sure there's more to talk about. We got a lot of stuff in that I couldn't really even do. Normally when we get like trucks of stuff in, we work on it. But one of our big boss people was coming today after truck, which was today, which is yesterday, as of you seeing this. But yeah, so I couldn't even work on that because I had to make the store look pretty and stuff. It's lame. It's lame. I don't like making the store look pretty. I just like putting stuff away. I like getting my hands on things. I like being more like doing things that actually take effort. Well, I guess making it pretty takes effort too, but it's boring effort. You know, I don't know. I feel like some of you get it, some of you don't. Who knows? But that's not what we're here to talk about today. Today we're here to talk about the Christmas spirit and. More specifically, things that bring about the Christmas spirit, you know, just a whole lot, because at some point, Thanksgiving happens, and then there's like a switch flicked in everybody's brains. It's like, it's Christmas time. it's finally we're here. And I don't know if it's Black Friday that does that, because that's when everyone starts their shopping. I feel like that's when most people start their shopping. There are some people who start way early. Some people will shop after Christmas for someone for next Christmas, which I would do if it didn't mean I have to keep something in my room or in my closet for way longer than it should ever be in there for. I only just recently started getting the gifts for the past week or two, and as a result, my main closet is completely stuffed to the brim with things that I'm giving people. So it's impossible to actually do anything. And if I started collecting things for people any earlier, I don't know what I'd do. It'd be flowing through my room. I would be my whole room would be one house worth of Hoarders episode, because there's just so much stuff. I don't know how people do it. I get it, if it's a more personalized thing, you can start working on it. You can work on a sweater for somebody if you're knitting a sweater, or you're drawing them something, or it's just get something that actually takes time and effort, and it's one singular thing. But people who buy things, oh, they would love this, so they just pluck it off the shelf, even if it's a mat, even if it's a toaster, just anything. It just blows my mind, because then you have to do that for everyone that or at least you want to give gifts for. Me personally, I give my family, and I give my 2 friends, 2 of my main friends, and some of my coworkers. But I mean, that's still it's still a fair amount of gifts. I don't know. I think it's just because I still don't know how to stop. Because I feel like that's a thing that some people do. They just don't know when to stop giving things. Which isn't necessarily an issue until it's an issue. And I don't know if it's an issue. But, it's fine, because it's what I want to do. I like giving people things. It's nice. Because it brings out the Christmas spirit for me. Just getting things for people that I know will make them happy on that day in particular. I feel like I like giving people things normally, but it's something about gift giving during the specific time when God bestowed upon the giving spirit. It really just makes something a lot more interesting and a lot more heartwarming. But it's just really nice. But not necessarily that we're going to be talking about today. I'm talking about the things that lead up to Christmas, so not necessarily just Christmas itself. For instance, one of the things that brings about this Christmas spirit, as I said, Black Friday, but something that happens in every store other than Black Friday is they start blamming some Christmas jams. Everyone and their mother has heard whatever song it may be, Wonderful Christmas Time, I Saw Mom Kissing Santa Claus, Jingle Bells. They hear it the moment Thanksgiving is over when they enter a store. I have not gone Black Friday shopping, but I would not be surprised if the only music they play during Black Friday was Christmas music, just to get people hyped up. And for a lot of stores, they just do that until Christmas is over. For our store, we did every other song, so it wasn't all Christmas music, it was just mostly Christmas music. And don't get me wrong, I do like me some Christmas music. It does get you in the mood, especially if you're wanting to hear it. But especially for our store recently, since it's been getting closer to Christmas, they've been making literally just every song, and occasionally get not a Christmas song, but 90% is Christmas songs now. And it'd be fine if they were all good ones, but there's a lot of bad Christmas songs out there, especially a lot of bad covers. One of my favorite Christmas songs ever is Wonderful Christmas Time by Paul McCartney. I think it's a really great song. People don't like the synth in the beginning. I do agree. It's pretty shitty, but it's like a nice shit. It's a nostalgic shitty. It's oh, I'm just gonna tappity tap on the thing, and I like it. I think it suits the song. I think it all boils together very well. And I wish they would just play that song, but no. Instead, they have to play 90 different frickin' renditions of it. And could you not? How do you get the rights to 20, 30 different people's freaking, I almost said parody. What's the cover? It's a cover of Wonderful Christmas Time, but you can't get just the song from Paul McCartney. How much more expensive would that be? I feel like the song is what people want it for, which is why they do so many covers. Why can't you just get the authentic original song? And there's so many people who do, and so many of the covers, that's honestly one thing that grinds my gears. Is how, for the majority of the music I've heard at my store anyway, there's maybe a total of 10, 15 Christmas songs that play, but there's like at least 5 to 6 different covers of those songs. So you hear the same songs over and over and over and over, and they're all sung by different people, and every single one is worse than the last, and you just hope that one day they'll play the original rendition, one day you'll hear Paul McCartney's beautiful voice, but you don't get it. And we're never gonna get it. I don't think we're ever going to. I was out with my sister and a couple of their friends, and I guess they're my friends too. But one day, well, today, we were going out, and we were at like an ice cream place, and I heard the John Lennon, like, War Is Over Christmas song, which I think is okay. It's not terrible, but it's not necessarily... It's really nice. I do like it, and I wouldn't listen to it normally. But I heard it, and I was like, oh, it's a great Christmas song. And I just hearing that. And that wasn't the parody. That was not a parody. It wasn't a cover. It was their song. How does a random ice cream shop get to play that song? Maybe it's because they're not licensing anything, because it's just their store. I don't know. But it's just weird, because it just confuses me. And it's like, even songs that, like, everyone knows, like Michael Bublé's, like, frickin' songs. You don't hear Michael Bublé. You just hear the song being sung by some frickin' guy. And it's like, it's fine. I don't really care too much about everyone else. It's just, like, I feel like people like those Christmas songs because of the song and, like, how it is, like, just the song. You don't listen to, like, frickin' White Christmas by... just some random guy. You listen to Michael Bublé. I think he's the White Christmas guy. I don't know much Christmas music. It just seems weird to have a dozen different covers of the same song when instead you can just have the original song that way more people will appreciate. You know? I don't know. It's weird. But regardless, Christmas music does definitely get the spirit going, you know, even if sometimes it's rage because it's the same song for the 7th time today. It's just really nice. It's really good. I mean, again, Wonderful Christmas Time, it's fantastic. Feliz Navidad, I think was my favorite Christmas song as a kid, just because I enjoyed singing the Spanish part. But I didn't know it was Spanish. I thought they were just speaking really fast, so I was trying to, like, understand what they were singing. And I'd be in the car being like, Feliz Navidad, a pair of annual for my dad. Just trying to make sense of what they were singing, not realizing it was in Spanish because I'm an idiot. And it was just fun. It's very catchy. I feel like a good Christmas song has got to be very, very catchy. And just earwormy, and the Feliz Navidad definitely hits that. If I'm being honest, I cannot think of a single other Christmas song. There was one Christmas song that my school had us do, like sing for like our winter concert or winter whatever. It's like a wonderful sleigh ride together with you, like that one. I don't know who sings it. I don't know the whole lyrics anymore. I thought if I think about it, I probably can. But I don't remember who sings it, and I just remember that song because we had to sing it in like 4th grade, and I didn't. 5th grade, I don't remember, but I didn't enjoy it because my teacher was a little rude person about it. We had some interesting arts teachers in my K-8 school, and every time I hear that song, that's what I think of. So it's less of a Christmas spirity song and more just sort of a song that brings about some weird memories. And like how like every little line had to have like a weird little dance move to it, but we were like 9, so the only dances we could do were like, I think one of the things was literally just hugging ourselves and like waggling around back and forth like a psychopath. Like, that's what I remember anyways. I mean, I don't know, it could be wrong, but it sounds very familiar. But yeah, like just a lot of Christmas songs. There's a lot. I mean, Rudolph is a banger, but I feel like that's more of like a joke Christmas song than an actual Christmas song. I feel like there's a lot of those. I feel like there's just not a lot. I feel like Christmas songs are very novelty, and as a result, you don't really think of taking them seriously, which is completely fine. Nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's just Christmas. You know, if you take Christmas seriously, then, I mean, you best be Santa Claus. Otherwise, I have no idea why you would. It's just a time to give people things and just enjoy just to cheer. And also, another point, the lights. I feel like the lights are absolutely like necessary, to say the least, for a Christmas spirit. Especially when you're walking out and around and you're just outside and it's cold out and you're like, oh, I hate that it's just cold out. There's nothing special going on, but it's just cold out. But then suddenly, bam, like November 28th, a couple days after Thanksgiving, bam, Christmas lights as far as the eye could see on every house except yours because you're too lazy to do it and you think it's unnecessary and the lighting bill would be atrocious. There's so many people out there who just don't care about that. And I don't understand how. I really don't get it. Like, I would love to put up Christmas lights like that. Like, that would be so much fun and so crazy. But not only would the time be so wasted, because I would never be able to make something that good, but also just, holy crap, the amount of money you have to spend to keep those lights on. Like, I imagine people keep those lights on from, like, 8 to 12, or, like, 5 or 6 to 12, because, like, it gets dark later, and then they just turn it off when everyone's supposed to be sleeping. Because otherwise, I couldn't imagine the bills that you'd get for that. That just blows my mind. But seeing the lights is absolute Christmas classic. I mean, especially when you combine it with the music, which is actually something that my family did recently. Literally Thanksgiving Day. It was Thanksgiving Day. We were all off. It was Thanksgiving evening or night. It was closer. It's like 7 or 8 o'clock. And we were all just like, oh, this is great. We watched like Harry Potter, ate some food, and we're like, this is great. What do y'all want to do? And then my sister-in-law? Is that how you do it? My sister's wife. She was like, oh, hey, they have like this like light show thing that you do. It's like you go and you sit in the car and you drive around and look at the lights. And we're like, yo, hell yeah, let's do that. So we, on Thanksgiving Day, or whatever, we all got in a car to go look at Christmas lights. And you know what? It was fun. I've only ever done something similar to that, like once or twice in my childhood. And it was a very interesting and fun experience. A lot of the lights were really silly. There was a ton of Rudolphs that were just like around, and me and my sister kept making jokes that he was trying to like assassinate us because he was always like hiding like trees and shit. It was just weird. He was just hiding behind stuff with his hands out like, I'm gonna get ya, ooga booga. And there was at the towards the end, there was like a little light up dinosaur guy, and I tried taking a picture of it, and I don't even know if I could find the picture of it in my phone because I couldn't take it because my phone is awful. It takes like 10 seconds to take a picture, especially if it's dark out. It takes so long to take a picture. So it literally just didn't come out to anything. It was just a big blurry mess on my phone. I didn't get any good pictures from that. My sister's got great pictures, and I don't have them, so I can't show you. But they were really good lights. It was really good stuff. It was a really fun time. We drove a fair ways away, but it was definitely worth it because it was a lot of fun. And also like during the thing, you tune into like a Christmas radio or something, and you'd listen to Christmas music, which is what we did. I don't know if we're supposed to. And they said that it was supposed to be like a thing where like they had a specific radio channel that you tune into, and like the music would change depending on where you were. But that didn't happen. We just kind of listened to like some Christmas music, and it was really fun. And I really do enjoy me a good Christmas. Like if as long as the mood is set, Christmas music is some of the most fun, just lighthearted, good time you could have with somebody. Honestly, it's really good. It's really fun. It's really awesome. It's good times. I really do enjoy me some lights. And back when I used to live in Brooklyn, my aunt would take us all to, I think it was Diker Heights, and we just everyone. There were like specific blocks along the like a little area where everyone went ape shit crazy on the lights. Like this was just like a residential area. There was like house, and they all had like huge lights set up, like giant inflatable guys moving around. One guy had like a huge like light up deer, where it was like a bunch of Christmas lights in the shape of like a huge deer that's like as tall as like a 2-story house, and it was just there, and it was so cool. There was a bunch of, and sometimes they were like colors. A lot of the time for like Diker Heights especially, it was all like white lights, which I do think is nice. I like the colorful ones more. That gives me a bit more of the Christmas spirit than anything else. But those lights are just so damn nice, and it's lovely. And I wish I could do something like that. But again, I don't even know how you'd go about doing that. I feel like you need to have like 18 different degrees all in different fields in order to even get a grasp as to what you're supposed to do. Because I feel like I would have the idea in my head. Like, if I went to turn the tree into a snowman, I'd have the idea, I'd get the lights, and then I would just coil it around the tree in the way I expect it to work, and then I turn the lights on, and I wait till night, and like, the lights are barely visible because there's just too much tree, so it all kind of like went behind the leaves. Now it's really hard to see the lights, and everything just kind of looks like one big stick because you tied them too tight towards the tree. They didn't just rest on the leaves, so it all just kind of looks like one big stick wrapped up. I feel like I would mess up exponentially. I don't know how you would even go. I don't know the first step, except for just buying lights. That's the first step I could think of. I don't know. But very fun sounding stuff. I would love to do lights, but just seeing the lights, I don't imagine you'd get the same Christmas spirit charm putting up the lights, especially if you're doing something crazy. Like if you're just like putting like a little blow up Santa outside your house, you have like some lights strung up about your door, and you put a little wreath on the door. I feel like that's good because that kind of gets you like every time you come home, you're like, oh yeah, it's Christmas time, it's the spirit, baby. But if you're going super crazy with it, I feel like all of your attention is put towards the lights and not really anything else. Like I don't imagine people visit those houses in Diker Heights. I feel like everyone who lives there just sits there with like fire hydrants and fire extinguishers in hand, getting ready to like squirt water and fumes at everything in case something fucking sets fire. Because how is it not? I feel like that has to be the most well-coordinated electrical field I've ever seen. Because nothing ever goes... I've never seen a burnt-out light. I've never seen a house set on fire. I've never seen a man even walking around over there. That's the thing. Like, everyone is just gone. Everyone's either in their cars or they're not there at all. I've never seen people sticking their heads at the windows. It's like, you make the lights all pretty, and then you don't even sit outside and enjoy the view. You just have them up for everyone else to enjoy. That's just beautiful. I mean, talk about self-sacrifice. Hot damn. But just really good lights can really make the Christmas spirit pop, especially in my head anyway. Love me some lights. And you know what else I love? I love movies. Christmas movies. Those bring about the spirit of Christmas more than anything, I feel. There's so many Christmas movies I can look back on and have such a nostalgic blast of when I first watched them or when I'd watch it with my family. We'd all just be in blankets on one long couch just watching the Peanuts Christmas special. Peanuts, I feel, is one of the most nostalgic things for me because we'd always watch the Peanuts cartoons as kids, and I haven't as much recently, and I really wish I would. But I never think to, and I really should, because they're really good. And the Christmas special, especially, the one with the little, they buy the tree, and it's just a really shitty branch guy with a one little bobble on it. Dude, that's such a good Christmas movie, and just thinking about it, it brings me back to just it being super cold, and we just be sitting there watching it, drinking some water, because I didn't like anything else. But just smelling the hot chocolate and stuff, and just having little cookies and stuff. It's good memories. The Drake and Josh Christmas special is one of it's up there. Honestly, I think it might be my favorite Christmas movie ever. I don't know, because I like other ones, but I mean the Drake and Josh Christmas special is just so wacky, and it is exactly what I want in a Christmas movie. It's characters I know and love in a crazy situation with just some stupid comedy thrown in there, and at the end everything is good and there's a nice message, and you cry a little bit because it's really nice, or something, climaxes and things just go crazy. It's a really good Christmas movie. For those of you who have not seen the Drake and Josh Christmas special, I seriously advise you do it. I'm not going to spoil anything. All you need to know is there's a monkey at some point. There's a monkey, and there's cheese snow. Those are the only two things that I'm going to say, because those are some of the funnier bits, and I do like it. I love Crazy Steve as a Drake and Josh character, and his role in the movie. It's very fun. But you say so. The Drake and Josh Christmas special is so good. I don't know, how old is that movie? You're going to hear me clicking and clacking, but Drake and Josh. At least in general. Drake and Josh. First episode was in 2007. Oh no, final episode was 2007. It only ran from 2004 to 2007? That's crazy. Wow. It's only a 3-year show? Dude, Drake and Josh is so good. Merry Christmas, Drake and Josh, 2008. So it's one of the last things they did, I guess. They did that was a show. That movie came out after the show ended. That's crazy. It came out like a year after the show ended. Wow. And it's again. I know I'm just googling about a Christmas movie. It's super good. Drake and Josh. I mean, I obviously know that I know that the whole essence of Drake and Josh has been spoiled a little bit with Drake Bell, but I mean, it's still a good movie. What are you gonna do? It's a really good movie. And obviously, there's plenty of other really good movies. I mean, there's so many Christmas movies. The Rudolph movies, the like weird claymation looking Rudolph movies were really good. I mean, even like the good specials, like again, with Nickelodeon had a ton of great specials for Christmas. I mean, Fairly Odd Parents Christmas special, like there was the one where he pretty much gave everyone like a Christmas wish, so Santa ran out of business, so he just moved into Timmy's house. That was a really good one. The SpongeBob claymation looking Christmas special was good. Even the cartoon one from like the older one, where Mr. Krabs freaking belts out a high pitched little song. That was good. That one was a really good one. There's so many just Christmas specials, Christmas movies that put you back into the spirit. And I feel like that is very dependent on when you were born. Because there's a lot of different things that like other people know that I feel like me saying the Drake and Josh Christmas special, like the SpongeBob Christmas special, the Fairly Odd Parents one, not a whole lot of people can relate to some of those because they didn't watch those as a kid, so it doesn't really hit the same. Like thinking about it again, I mean, obviously it's still a really good movie, like despite that, or just good specials despite that. But if you didn't watch it before, it doesn't hit the same, I feel, because it's like, oh, I love that. Like, I feel like Christmas movies, especially the ones that you like, you've already seen a bunch. Like, when you watch it for a Christmas movie for the first time, it's like, whatever. But you watch it again because it's like, oh, it's such a nice story, and you know how it ends, it's like when you watch it again. But you just want to watch it again because it's just reliving the moment. It's really living the little story that you got to know. And it's really nice. And I feel like that just makes a very fun, good old Christmas spirit. Makes for a fun time, and I really do enjoy a good Christmas movie. The one with the elf, why weren't you at elf practice one? That one was really good. Really love that. I'm not too keen on a lot of Christmas movies. Like if I look up like most popular Christmas movies, like, I'm sure a lot of these I won't even really know, if I'm being honest. Like, I mean, It's a Wonderful Life, haven't seen it. Christmas Story, haven't seen it. Christmas Carol, I have seen and read it. But it's not like everything to me. I don't really care too much about it. It's good. It's just not. I love the Muppet Christmas Carol. The Muppets Christmas Carol is so good. Oh, I love that. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, obviously, and like all the, even the Jim Carrey one. I do think I like the Jim Carrey one more, just because it's a lot more, like, just character and oomph in everyone's step. There's a lot more just spirit, I guess, for lack of better words. Miracle on 34th Street, I don't even know what that one is. Yeah, I have no idea what that one is. The Santa Claus, haven't seen it. Love Actually. Oh, Andrew Lincoln's in this one. Yeah, I don't even know what it is. No, I have no idea. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I don't know who the hell this is, but I hear of him everywhere, and I don't understand it. Elf, obviously. Elf is a banger. And Home Alone 2 is a banger. Elf is so good. Elf I first watched in high school when my intro to law teacher put it on. And I came into that class like, okay, Christmas movie, yeah, whatever. It's the last day. I'm just going to sit here and watch a movie, eat like some pretzels. But I never heard of Elf, and I really liked it. And it was a really good movie. And it's a fucking classic. So many good movies. But also so many that you just haven't heard of. And if you don't watch the movie, like I feel like everyone by the time they're like 25 to 30, they have their like 10 Christmas movies that they actually like and watch and enjoy. Because I don't watch a Christmas movie like it says Frozen is a Christmas movie. I don't believe that. But you don't want Chronicles of Narnia. That's not just because there's some snow in it. It doesn't make it a Christmas movie. But you don't watch a Christmas movie because it's a Christmas theme. You watch a Christmas movie because it's a movie that you've seen on Christmas so many times, whether as a kid or as just in general, and it just brings about that spirit. Like, I'm not gonna go watch the Santa Claus or It's a Wonderful Life because I don't see those as Christmas movies that bring the spirit. It is a Christmas movie, but it's not my Christmas movie. It's not a Christmas movie. It's not a Christmas movie that I would qualify as a Christmas time movie. Everyone's got their own Christmas time movies, and those bring about the spirit more than most things ever could, if I'm being honest. At least for me. Like Drake and Josh Christmas special especially is the thing for me that I feel like not everyone's too keen on or really cares about. I mean, the fact that it was 2008, that's crazy, man. I was 6 years old when that came out, and that was like 15 years ago. It's actually past the 15-year anniversary of it. So yeah, it was 15 years ago they made that. That's insane. Time moves so damn fast, it's scary sometimes, huh? But, yeah, so movies, everybody. Love a good movie. I mean, I just hate that they count, like, Frozen and the Chronicles of Narnia. Maybe there was Christmas time in the Chronicles of Narnia. I don't remember. It's been so long since I've read the books. I never watched the movies. But one thing that I will say I also could potentially count as a Christmas movie, the Harry Potter movies. They all, like, I feel like most of them, the books included, had, like, since it was a whole school year wrapped into one book/movie, there was, like, always, like, a Christmas bit, or, like, if someone's leaving for Christmas, let's do stuff during Christmas, and then it's literally just the background. No one even really acknowledges that it's Christmas very much in most of the ones, at least from what I remember. Like, sometimes someone will get a gift, like the cloak and shit, like the Nimbus 2000 or whatever, but just, you don't really... Christmas isn't that meaningful in the movie, so I don't know why they made such an emphasis on it, especially in the books. That are like, I guess it was for emphasis on like the storytelling, whatever. I don't know. I don't care. But yeah, just Christmas movies in general. I'm gonna stop there. Christmas movies, very, very spirit invoking, I will say. And there's one more thing I want to talk about before I get into the final topic I want to discuss for today, and that's the tree. Putting up the tree. Because that's something that I feel like if you celebrate Christmas, you have a tree, even if it's like a small one. Like there were a couple years as a kid where we only could really have like a small, like little tabletop tree, like just like a couple feet tall, and wasn't really anything special. But we still treated it like it was special because it didn't really matter to us how big the tree was. It just mattered that we were decorating it. We could call it our own tree, and we could just have it sit there and symbolize the fucking dopeness that is Christmas, So, for us, for most years, we would take turns putting the baubles up. So, like, obviously, like, the tree would be put up, and it was always a fake tree. I don't think we ever had a real tree because we lived in an apartment, and so we're not just gonna lug a whole-ass tree up to our second story in the apartment. You're out of your mind. We bought fake ones, which I think we kept buying different ones every year because I think my dad was too lazy or just was too annoyed with putting it back in the box. And we just kept throwing it away. Very big waste, I will say. But, hey, everyone throws away their Christmas tree that they just cut out of the ground. I think it's kind of silly to do that, but I think there's, like, things where you can just nestle it out of the ground, and then you can put it back. It's not like you're just killing it outright. In fact, I think Shark Tank had like a whole website dedicated to like renting Christmas trees, which is really cool. Really good idea. Big fan. But either way, so we'd have the Christmas tree. My dad would like put it up, and then we'd all take turns one by one. We'd have like the 3 different racks of little baubles, which we didn't throw away. We kept those. We never had, like, the little hooks. We always kept losing the hooks, so we usually just stuck them on the tree, or like, would get, like, a rubber band and wrap it around it or something. Something stupid, but whenever we had the hooks, especially, it wasn't too uncommon. Like, it was very rare that we didn't have a hook for something. But, yeah, so we take the little bauble, and we just stick it wherever we want on the tree. Didn't matter what side, didn't matter anything. We'd go one at a time, blah 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 blah, you, over and over until eventually everyone was pretty satisfied. Everyone got the same amount of turns. We were either low on baubles or we don't think we can really fit anymore because we would always stuff the shit out of those trees with as many baubles as we possibly could. It was always super stuffed. And one thing I do remember especially about making setting up the tree was that I could never do it right, at least right by my siblings, and because my sisters especially were very picky with how the tree looked. There needed to be a certain amount, like the amount of baubles needed to like scale as it went down. Like there had to be a certain amount on this side, a certain amount on this side. Like you wanted to make sure that there was no spot that was left unbobbled. Like there needed to be like a certain radius around each bauble, and if there was ever any spot that wasn't hit by a bauble's radius, there had to be a bauble there. So they were very particular about the tree, and I never did it right. And not only did they move the baubles most of the time when I put them somewhere because I thought there was a better spot for it, but I agreed with them, and I let them do it. I didn't really care if they moved the bauble. I was still able to put it on the tree. And like sometimes, there were very rare occasions where I put it in the right spot, and they're like, oh, yeah, it's perfect, it's a great spot. And I'd be like, yeah, it was. Yeah, I feel good. But most of the time, it was just them being like, oh, my God, you could have put so much better places. And either they would place theirs to counteract the crappy horribleness of mine, or they would just move mine outright, which is completely fair. And they would always put it in a much better spot, and I'd be like, oh, I should have put it there. And then they're like, yeah, you should have. And then, whatever. But yeah, so love doing that. The tree was always a very fun part. And last year, we put up our tree. And me and my sisters, I think I already talked about this last year, but I'm going to talk about it again. I don't even know what I talked about last year for cheermas, if I'm being completely honest. I will look now while I talk about this. But yeah, like we had our tree, which we got from Walmart. It was another fake tree because we're even though we live more rural, we still prefer that. I did all things gifts and Christmas is coming. Christmas is coming is probably what I talked about. I have no idea. Yeah, because I can see the little thing is the cat that I put on the tree. But yeah. We had our little fake tree that we got from Walmart that had like little light up bristles at the tips that like made change color and stuff and were really cool. And my sister really wanted that one because it made whenever our cats would love to just go like and rub and like try to eat the tree or like stick their face in it. They would always sneeze on those bristles, and my sister just gets a kick out of it. So she's like, I want this tree specifically so I could watch them sneeze on it, which is fair. It's pretty funny. And the way we decorated it was we didn't use regular ornaments. We had some regular ornaments, but most of them were were all of our little Cats versus Pickles guys. Because me and my sister still do collect them. Not as much as we used to. I don't think I've added too much to the collection lately. Although I think I have. I have like a whole box of them now. And yeah, we just would hook them with the ornament hooks, and then we'd stick them on the tree, and we'd be like, all right, these are our ornaments. And I think each at the time had like 18, so we had like 30. I think now we definitely have way more than that actually. So yeah, it's been a lot more collecting. But yeah, we just hooked them on the tree as if they were ornaments because we were like, I don't really care too much about regular ornaments. And those we both felt had a lot more meaning. So and also just looked prettier. They're like these cool little cat dudes you can stick on the tree. Like, oh no, there's cats in my tree. It's just cool. It's funny. It's class. I tell you, it's class. And they turned out really good. And I marked mine so that way we wouldn't get them confused. And it was really nice. This year, I have no idea. We haven't decorated the tree yet. We're gonna do that on Friday. And as of recording this, it is Wednesday. Mostly so I could get the This Week in Retail stuff created and done because I can't talk about a week that never happened. But also I'm just incredibly procrastinatory, and most of the work I still have to do is on the horizon. So there's still a lot to do still, but I'm okay with doing it. I'm pretty good. Honestly, it's not too bad. It's mostly just editing at this point, which is fine. I like editing, even if I'm not exactly the best at it or anything like that. But I'm trying to get a little better. I will be trying a lot more next year, but that's for another topic for after Cheermas, when we talk about the new year once again. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, so the tree was really good, and this year I'm assuming we're going to do the same thing. We might spice it up because we're having more people this year, because last year the only people who decorated the tree really were me and my twin sister. But this time, my older sister and her wife are home for Christmas. They're home. They're here to stay. So it's not just home for Christmas, it's home, period. And they're here this year, so we're probably going to decorate it with them. And it's going to be good times. I don't even think I decorated the tree a lot the year before that when they were here, because I didn't really care about it that much. But it's a lot. I didn't exactly place a lot of emphasis and actual meaning on just hanging out with my family, which I do now more than ever. So very, very hard to find time to even work on this stuff. I'm being honest. I've had all these days off to work on this, and I spent most of it just hanging out with family, which, I mean, you know, as stupid as it is, because it's like, come on, dude, you had all this time specifically set out and laid out to do this. I mean, I worked most of those days anyway, and it's not like I took a vacation to work on this, but, you know, I could have at least put a little bit more effort into it. And so if by chance you guys aren't exactly satisfied with the quality of this year's cheermas, I apologize. But I do feel like a lot more of the ideas are a bit sillier, they're a bit more fun, and it'll be a good time, I feel. Even if I didn't exactly do it according to plan. But I do think it'll be very fun. But before we kick things off and say goodbye, I have a question that I want to ponder on for a couple minutes, and that is the Christmas spirit dying, or is it dead? The main reason that I say this is because it doesn't really, no matter how nice the Christmas spirit is, no matter how blaring the music and how soothing the food and the music and the movies, I said music twice, there's always going to be dicks in the world, just assholes, just being rude, you know, not exactly, you know, living the true Christmas spirit way. Like, for example, today I went to Walmart with my sister and our friends from work. Well, from used to be work, and I guess friends in general. And I went to Walmart with them. I just said that. I got a couple things that I thought were cool, and I got them for me. I got a 12-in-1 little hammer multi-tool, and I got a magnetic wristband thing for like if you're like working with nails, instead of just placing them down, we can just strip them onto your wrist, and that's cool as fuck, and that looks awesome, and it's super cool because I love moving things around in my room. I already just moved them around like not even a month ago. I think I moved everything around after after Thanksgiving or Halloween, and I'm already gonna be moving everything around again. So, yay! But I love doing that, so having that's nice. And having the multi-tool, I just like having a cool multi-tool at all times. I had one, which I promptly decimated with when I tried opening my briefcase, which I still haven't done, by the way. I haven't gone back to it since that day. It still sits there, and I do plan on trying to open it again. I just don't know when. I want to, though, but we'll get there when we get there. But in the meantime, yeah. And I like having multi-tool. So I was like, hey, a new one. This one has a hammer on it. It's got pliers. It's got wire cutters. It's just a cooler one. It doesn't have like scissors like this one does, but it's got some cool stuff, and I was really happy to get it. And I open it, and I noticed that before I open it, like the tape's already kind of cut, and then I open it, and there's literally nothing inside of it. I didn't think to look because it still felt pretty dense, because I guess there's just there's a lot of thick cardboard inside the box already. So I didn't think to look inside. And I should have, because there was nothing in there, and I am still devastated because I was just really disappointed because I really wanted it, and I'm sure there's more, and I'm gonna go back soon to see if I can get either a replacement or a refund. I'd really prefer a replacement because I just kind of wanted it because it's cool, but it just makes me think, like, man, like that's a Christmas related, a specific Christmas item that someone could have easily picked up off the shelf and be like, hey, I want to give this to my brother or my friend, and they don't look because they trust it, and then it comes around Christmas time, and someone pulls it out as a gift, and they're like, oh my god, this is exactly what I've been wanting for, this is so cool, and they open it to see it right away because they're super excited about it, and there's nothing there. Like, imagine that. That's devastating. That's downright devastating. And I mean, it was effectively what it was today for me, except minus the Christmas, emphasis. It was just me wanting to buy this for me. And so I wasn't really all that upset about it. Like, at the end of the day, I'm either going to go over there and buy it again, or I can get another one. or I just get the money back. I don't know. I don't care. I just want it. So hopefully I can get another one. Hopefully there's. I don't know. I hope there were more than one. I don't think I saw more than one, but I have no idea. We'll see. We'll see what they got. But just that sort of thing. Because like people always, someone would always say like, okay, I really want that, and I want to pay $10 for it. It was only $10 too, by the way. So it was a fucking steal. But people still thought to just steal it instead, and they just stole it and they left the box in with the rest of them. And it's just like, dude, come on, have some. First of all, have some just respect for everybody. Don't be an asshole. Don't just steal something, and then make it obvious. Don't. Even if they stole it, it'd be fine. But they stole it and then put it back in a way that made it look like it wasn't stolen, so no one could know, especially someone just trying to buy it, like me, and that made me upset. But it's not like the end of the world. Whatever. It's just I'm not dead, so it's fine. But it's just. It really just harshes the Christmas spirit. Because, you'd think there's only 12 more days at this point. Until then, you'd think that would be hitting people's minds and being like, oh, yeah, I should be nice. I shouldn't be a stealing asshole. But no, some people still do that. And I feel like it's fair to assume that, at least for a lot of people, the Christmas spirit is kind of fading out and dying out. Because either there's just a lot of money problems, not a whole lot of people are being able to buy a bunch of gifts for everybody, but also just straight up, like, I feel like there's just a lot more going on in people's lives than to deal with Christmas. I don't know if it's because everyone is just generally like, I don't know. Again, I'm not in a space where I can even make assumptions on it. It just feels like a lot more people are more worried about other things than just like, oh, let me get my friend a cool bottle opener. It's just strange, and I feel a lot more people are a lot more just hateful of like the music and the movies and just the whole time itself. I feel like Christmas is one of the most loved and also one of the most hated holidays. Unlike cheermas, of course. Cheermas is loved by everybody and loved by millions every single day. But you can't knock Christmas for trying to be something as cool, But I mean, it's just strange because I love Christmas, even though I don't necessarily care much for the getting or like or just I don't care too much about most of what it is, but it's just a time to spend with my family, and this is really nice positive vibes when you go outside. But some people, I guess, aren't a big fan of those positive vibes, and they'd rather ruin them, which is kind of just a dick move. But at the same time, it's kind of just in my brain, it's like, okay, I'm just gonna be even nicer just because of you dickball. And so that's kind of the mindset I've got anyway. So, I mean, again, I wasn't really upset that someone stole it. I hope they're happy with it, with my hammer that I bought. But it's fine. It's fine, and I hope they are happy with it, because they deserve happy, even though they are stealing douchebag. I feel like they still can deserve some happy. But yeah, I feel like less people... I feel like people are making it harder, necessarily, to just enjoy Christmas. Because I feel like, just because that's happened to me now, I feel like that happens to everybody, probably, at least somebody, like, every Christmas. Someone opens a thing and there's nothing in there, and it's not like a joke where, like, your dad buys you an iPad box and it's actually just a bar of soap in there. No, it's just you expected the gift and the gift's not there. Like, that's just bullshit. Because some guy was too cheap to buy a damn $10 hammer. I don't know, but I still do think that Christmas is still just an absolutely fantastic time. I feel like the things around it really just make the spirit bright and good and fun. And I do seriously love me some Christmas. And that, I guess, is where I'm going to leave it today. I hope you enjoyed me rambling about Christmas on the first day of Cheermas. Stay tuned for tomorrow. What's tomorrow? I'm going to show you a sneak peek. The very next day, you gave it away. Yes, some xylophone playing. Yeah, it's going to be probably a quicker video. I don't really know how it's going to work. It's just going to be dumb fun. If you couldn't tell, the fact that I don't know how it works, not only is it not recorded yet, it's not edited yet, it's not anything yet. It's just an idea in my head that's going to happen. right after I finish recording this, so we'll see how it goes, I guess. But yes, if you have any fun Christmas tales, anything that gets you in the Christmas mood, anything that brings about the Christmas spirit, let me know in the comments. And that's all for Stranded Deep in Conversation. Have a great day, everybody. Bye now.